Yo, what up, man? Chris, I'm checking in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button and subscribe button away, and I appreciate all the support. Salute. It's been a minute, man. I ain't been blogging, a couple recaps here and there. Really only put out like 6 videos the entire month. You know what I'm saying? We almost halfway through the month. A lot of y'all know I got a lot of stuff going on, man. My mom recently had surgery, so I've been kind of taking care of her. A little bit under the weather myself, so I ain't been in a blog mode. But there are a lot of topics that I want to touch on that I have not been able to blog about, man, especially Eazy and Froze. A lot I want to say about that. A lot of other topics that just kind of came and went, but I'm going to spin the block. Hey, it might be late, but I'm going to spin the block. I'm going to talk about it anyway. All next weekend I will probably talk about it. I'm trying to redo a couple things. I might restart the StreamYard, redo my banner, a whole bunch of different things I want to do to try to like give like a whole different kind of possible presentation coming up. So that's coming down the pipe. But right now, Eazy and URL, man, there was an interesting interview by Beasley where he talked about Eazy potentially being coming back to URL, whether or not that was possible or not. Let me see what he said. Let me see.
I think that, like, I feel like in this situation, like, this is about it's a respect. Mm-hmm. Right? And I feel like his exit was him painting a false narrative against the company, like saying like, yo, I didn't get treated correctly. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All I wanted was this.
All I wanted was my YouTube drop.
But it didn't say, yo, I battled Goods. I battled K-Shine. I battled Averb. I battled Danny Myers. I battled all the T-Top. All these key people that allow you to elevate your brand and your company was provided through us, right? Even at a time where Eazy was already a known guy in the culture before coming to URL, and his career was kind of what it was going to be at that time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I feel that we were very instrumental in raising his profile, right? But still, it's business, right? Because he did show up and do his job.
Facts.
Right? He was good in his battles, and we gave him opportunity, and he showed up for every opportunity.
Take advantage of this shit, yeah.
That in itself, you know what I'm saying? The two go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? And we got some good battles out of it. But the main thing that I didn't like about the situation and the way that it transpired was that he made it appear as if he was mistreated, right? Mm-hmm. And instead of just saying, yo, listen, somebody's presenting an opportunity to me that I think can help me and my family or elevate me to the next level. URL didn't do anything wrong with me. I am under contract with them, but I broke the contract because I did, and I accept whatever comes with that. Right. Not to say that we wouldn't have been upset because we did have a contract in place and we were delivering on what we said we were going to deliver.
Right.
But it's like you're doing that to soften the blow of what you did instead of taking direct accountability for the move that you made. Right. And I just thought that was whack. I thought that was cowardly. I don't respect that. And it's almost like you're walking out the door and then you turn around and you just spit in your face like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, yo, listen, I violated, I made my move, I hope they forgive me, but I did what I felt was the best for me and I had to do what I needed to do for me. I can respect that to a certain level. It still breaks an agreement in a contract, but you're taking accountability for it. And I don't think he did that. He said one time he gave him a bad contract. And he said he just came out of jail and you have a lawyer and all these different excuses as to what he did. Instead of just saying, this is something that I wanted to do and I did that shit and I accept what comes with it. Right. If he would have done that, it would have been a little bit easier to digest. But he didn't do that. So, and then he just made it seem, then he was saying, oh man, they may have helped like 15, 20%. And then he, was doing all the blogs, laughing and, just attacking us for so long. Yeah. We got a lot of backlash from fans and people say, oh, you had him in a slave deal. People say these things, but I've never seen somebody say, yo, I'm in this terrible URL contract and I can't get out of it. They won't let me go. Please help me. I'm stuck on URL. You've never seen that. Right. You've never seen nobody say they didn't get their money. Whatever they signed for, they got paid. Right. So I feel like we honor people the best way that we know how. There's a lot of talent that we have to work with. There's a lot of promises that are made, and there's a lot of things that we have to do. And sometimes, you know, we fall short. But I don't think we fell short in his situation in terms of the talent that he was put in front of, and that he had the opportunity to show his skill set in front of. So, you know, with that, you know, I kind of, you know, and then.
All right, this video continues, and right at the very end, he says something real interesting. He said he would be open to a conversation with Eazy, and it would need to start with an apology. That would be a good starting point. Eazy did put out a tweet saying that basically he reached out to somebody who then reached out to URL, and that's all the updates that he has. So I think this is a good starting point. If you want to ask me, should Eazy go back to URL? Absolutely. No doubt. Absolutely. And if you're a battle rap fan, you also should want Eazy to go back to URL. And let's just be real, bro. URL ain't been the same since Eazy left. And Eazy ain't been the same since Eazy left. And I can make an argument that they both need each other at this point. Who needs each other more doesn't really matter. You know, a lot of people are speculating, is Eazy going back to URL because he's not with Rem anymore? I don't really give a fuck about none of that shit. To keep it real with you, I don't really care. Everybody in battle rap that has left URL disgruntled has pretty much went back to URL at some point in time. Bill Collector did it. Big K did it. Hitman Holla did it. Pray for St. Louis. All of them niggas was back on the platform. Be Magic, Young Ill, Verb, all these kind of people. Even Verb right now, if URL threw him a bag, he would go back to URL. And you know what he would say? He'll be in spaces spinning it like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know they gotta have me back on the platform. You know what I'm saying? Because you know stuff don't move until I get back on the platform. You'll never know that Verb was really the one that probably called him to ask to get back on the platform. So everybody goes back. So I don't think it's a bad look that Eazy would have to apologize and make amends. I don't think it's a bad look. You know what I'm saying? I think you know, if you done something that wasn't right, or you apologize for it, or you make amends for it, or whatever, a lot of it is, I mean, could it be some desperation? Sure, it could be like, niggas, shit ain't what it was used to be, and you got to go back to your old thing. But you can't allow your pride to not make smart moves if you feel like that's one of your smart moves. And if you're a battle rapper and battling is easy for you to do, no pun intended, and niggas want to pay you money to rap, you should go back there and rap. And there are a lot of big battles, man, that can occur. Most of the big battles in the culture still are centered around Eazy. Still centered around Eazy, bro. And I don't really know how those battles can occur if they're not on URL. Because a lot of these artists, oh my God, somebody coming over there with a dog. A lot of these are centered around URL, and I feel like I don't really know if these people would even battle on Chrome 23 if Chrome 23 was still doing business. So when you look at Eazy and Mook, that battle was originally going to go down on the Drake card. It didn't go down. It's still always a possibility it could go down because Mook never closed the door on it. Eazy and Mook, Eazy and Surf, very, very big battle in the culture. Probably the biggest battle in the culture. One of them at least. Eazy and Rock, okay? Very big battle in the culture. Maybe the biggest battle in the culture. Okay. You got Eazy and Arsenal, another very big battle that I want to see. You got Eazy and Hustle, very big battle in this culture, bro. That is a very big battle. The last blog I did, I think I had text Beasley about doing Mike P and Hustle. Eazy and Hustle, bigger than that. First Lady of Chrome versus the nigga that got her off of Chrome damn near, or didn't really allow her to come back or whatever. Talked to Rem, she was never booked again. Eazy and Hustle, very big battle in the culture. And one I want to see right now, Eazy and Kid Slade. I want to see that battle. A lot of drug bars, a lot of drug talk. Eazy did a whole list on the top 5 drug bars or top 10 drug, bar people in the culture. Put himself above Kid Slade. Let's have that conversation. I feel like those battles right there are very big. And there's others, bro. Eazy and Big K, if URL want to decide that. If you can't, Eazy and Rosenberg Raw now, if they decided to even bring Raw back. There's so many battles where URL is an easy platform to make happen. just because they've been doing it for a while. They pay everybody. You know the money is there. You know the promo is going to be pretty much there for the most part, even though I do think the promo could always be better on URL. But niggas are going to get paid, and most times the mission will be complete. So, and we won't have what we had with TBL and Cassie, how nobody really knows a lot of what's going on. Niggas will get the battles done. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if you're a battle rap fan, how the hell you don't like them battles? How do you not like those battles if you are a battle rap fan? And that's why I say at this point, being that Eazy and Mook, Eazy and Surf, and Eazy and Rock, them 3 battles right there, 3 other biggest battles in the culture. But every battle that Mook is in is a big battle. But Eazy and Surf and Eazy and Rock, them 2 battles right there are the biggest battles in battle rap, bro. The biggest battles in battle rap. They even bigger than anybody Mook can battle right now. Let's just say Mook was to battle Rum Nitty. It wouldn't be bigger than Eazy and Surf. It wouldn't even be bigger than Eazy and Rock to me. Those 2 grudge matches, especially Eazy and Rock, because they've been out here talking shit. You know, Surf been kind of locked up. But Eazy and Rock, bro, I want to see that battle so bad. It's at the top of the list right now of battles to do. So to me, if you got the biggest battle in the culture and it involves Eazy and it's about money and making money and all this kind of stuff, you got to figure out a way to make all this stuff work, especially if both parties are on board. And Eazy seems like he's willing to tuck his pride, do what he got to do to get back on URL. And I don't really feel like niggas should really be clowning him about it. Like, oh, you a simp, you a this, you a that, you this, you that. Like, bro, a lot of niggas done had to cave to a lot of different stuff for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? You know, get your Keith Sweat on and get the begging or do whatever you got to do. If Eazy should have been, if Eazy got to write a letter, you need to write a letter, a Dear URL letter to get back on URL. Because, like I said earlier, bro, I don't think TBL is booking Eazy no more, or Cassidy, to be real with you. And I'm not saying, you know, we can go down that rabbit hole in another blog, but I don't think everything that's happened and transpired, I don't really see neither one of them back on that platform. If RBE isn't booking Eazy, that's not a platform. King of the Dot, Organic did say he was comfortable with Eazy coming over there. I saw him on Twitter saying that Eazy needed to make his debut over there. But they only battle like once a year. And it's normally big events or something, you know, Pat Stay reunion or Bishop Brigante, something. They don't really do events like that. URL is consistent enough to where you just got to get back on that platform. I don't know Eazy and Rem's situation. And like I said, I don't know how involved she is in battle rap. I don't get the sense from a battle rap standpoint that she's that involved anymore. Maybe she's tired of it. Maybe she just don't give a fuck about it. I don't know. Maybe it's not profitable. I don't really know. But that's the sense. A lot of these battles that you see Eazy doing are booked by a lot of sponsors. The Gerald McCoys, the Frank Whites, and all these kind of people. He's putting a lot of these battles together, like Eazy and Swamp, and some of these other battles are being put together by sponsors. So if you don't necessarily have that, and you don't have a financial backing, then you gotta go to a league. And if I'm Eazy, I definitely go back to URL. And if you a battle rap fan, bro, like I said, we can go through history of everybody. Is Ill Will lame for going back to URL? I don't think so. What else he gonna do? RBE retired. Like, all these niggas should try to go back to URL at some point in time, or at least keep the options open to try to battle over there. Everybody, bro. Everybody. And all these niggas talk all this trash and they end up going back or making amends to some degree and all kind of stuff. Serious Jones. ARP did a whole clown blog about Serious Jones, right? Cartoon Jones or some shit like that. They were gonna book Serious Jones on Max Out 3. He was an option for the secret battle, the little Arsenal versus B Magic. Serious Jones was an option for that. So is Serious Jones lame for whatever, making amends with ARP and going and becoming a secret battle? No, bro. Like, no. Time heals wounds. Niggas get over shit. It don't really be the end of the world per se. Yeah, URL did some things that wasn't good, pulled niggas off cars, did kind of stuff. But to me, it started with Eazy because he basically never told URL he was leaving. And you may be like, oh, well, the contract is like a fake contract or it's not a real contract. The contract ain't really favorable to artists per se in this sense. You don't really know who you're battling, and you don't really like. There's no dates and times and who you're battling on a lot of these contracts. URL do like maybe their contracts changed. Like Eazy could have changed a lot of their contracts. So I don't want to say what's happening now, but back in the day, URL would give a nigga like a 3 battle deal, right? First battle might be Jack Boy for $5,000. Okay, the next 2 battles that you got are probably blank. Probably don't know who they are. Probably don't know what cars they're on. And you don't know the amount. Now, normally, you're probably going to either go up and pay or stay the same. Most likely, you're not going to drop. So if I paid you $5,000 for Jack Boy, your next opponent is going to be either more than $5,000 or probably around $5,000. But it's a little difficult to kind of already know who you're going to battle because niggas be finicky. So if I say, okay, well, you going to battle Jack Boy, then you going to battle Drugs, and then you're going to battle Twerk, okay? 3 battle deal. I'm going to give you $5,000 for Jack Boy. I'm going to give you $7,000 for Drugs. I'm going to give you $10,000 for Twerk. You battle Jack Boy and you lose. You battle Drugs and you lose, right? Twerk like, man, I ain't battling this nigga. He lost to like 2 Goonies already. I ain't battling this nigga. So then Twerk don't want to battle you. Okay? We seeing that now. No A-Ward and Twerk. No Av and Twerk. It's like, I'm sure URL is trying to do these matchups, but Twerk is probably thinking, man, I'm trying to battle Eazy. I'm trying to battle Cassidy. I'm trying to battle this nigga. I don't want to battle Av because y'all offer me lower money for Av than this league is offering me for Eazy. So while Twerk is trying to chase a bag, URL is trying to move this 3 battle deal along and make Twerk the 3rd person. Twerk where niggas don't want to be the 3rd person. Daylight and K-Shine. We saw Daylight didn't want to battle K-Shine. Did a blog talking about, oh, K-Shine lost to Tilla Jones. I didn't want to battle him no more. It's hard to predict who you'll battle down the road because sometimes artists are finicky and they don't even want to battle. They might want to battle you now. But yeah, I'll battle him. Then shit happens. You fall out. You argue. Shit go on. Stuff go on. You lose battles. Your stock drop. Now niggas don't even want to battle you no more. So URL does do battles where the first battle is guaranteed with the amount. The other battles, you just know you're having them. But a lot of times they do good. But look at Mike P. Mike P got Rock. He got Rum. Next battle might be Hustle. So he would have signed a 3 or 4 battle deal with URL and got Rock, Rum, and Hustle. Probably didn't know that going in. Probably didn't know he was going to battle Rum Nitty second. Because URL probably didn't put it in his contract. Just signed him to a deal and gave him Rock. But look who else he got. Rum and Hustle. So it still worked out. Ill Will be the same way. He probably knew he was battling Tay-Rock on a rematch. He probably don't, if he signed a 3 or 4 battle, he probably don't know the other opponents right now. Like, man, let me see how this shit play out. Let me see who stock dropped. Let me see who's busy this particular weekend we want to use you. Let me see what the energy is like. So it's kind of hard to predict with so many leagues and so many unprofessional ass niggas to pre-book ahead and think niggas are gonna just stick with it. Might not happen. So URL does leave a lot of open-ended contracts, and maybe in a court of law those contracts aren't real. But Eazy did sign them. With them being open-ended, he still signed them, and he didn't have any problem with the contract until he met Rim. Other than that, he was getting goods, he was getting Calico, he was getting Rex, he was getting Shine, he was getting T-Top, he was getting every battle he wanted. There was no problem until he met Rim. Then it was a problem with the contracts. Then all of a sudden he wants YouTube releases, and all of a sudden he wants this and all this kind of stuff. So a lot of this is just smoke and mirrors. But to me, whether the contract was good or not, or advantageous to Eazy or not, he still signed it, bro. He still signed the contract. So when he did not do the contract, he started this domino effect that everything came after that. So I don't think it's a bad look if he apologized. I think URL needs him, and I think he needs URL. A lot has changed. There's no caffeine, which is what he blew up on, but Eazy will still get his battles recapped on the app. They'll still get talked about, and he'll still promote on his channel, and he'll still get a paycheck. Now, he was making about 20 grand when he left URL. When he bought like goods and that, he was making a decent amount of money. He's still worth that kind of money. Still worth it. I don't know if URL would pay him that, being that he a little disgruntled. So I don't know if he can come over there and demand that kind of money. But obviously, if you get those battles, if you book him versus artists, Surf, Rock, he's gonna get that bread and maybe more. So I'm URL. I'm definitely open to that and trying to make amends with a few people. I'm trying to bring Big K back. I'm trying to bring Eazy back if possible. And I don't think there's nothing wrong, dog, with Eazy apologizing. Sometimes when shit, the fan and stuff get low and you you got to keep your options open, bro. You can't be worried about some internet niggas trying to tell you what you shouldn't do. Oh, man, you lame as hell for calling URL. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Rem left you. Now you got to call URL. Look at you. You was on top of the world. Now you got to call URL. And you going to watch. And you gonna love the battles. And I'm going to go over there and smoke some shit. And I'm going to go over there and have the biggest battles. And I'm going to go over there and headline. And I'm going to go over there and do that. So what? These battle rap fans don't care about Eazy, bro, for the most part. You got to do what's best for you. You can't be tied up. A lot of times in this world, people are so worried about what other people think of them. I got a homeboy like that. I tell him all the time, stop worrying about what people think of you, bro. You got to do what's best for you, and you got to make decisions that you can look in the mirror and you're comfortable with. Stop worrying about like, oh, I wonder what this person's going to say. These niggas don't know you. So talk to your inner circle. Talk to niggas you fuck with. Whoever they are, and that's that. But Eazy is nowhere even close to being the first person to go back to URL. All these, the only niggas that have really stood on business and then go back to URL, niggas like Show Off and Boom and some other, like they the only ones that was just like, nah, we good. I'm not going back. Everybody else tucked their tail and went back to URL. Everybody did, bro. I literally can do a blog on 20 niggas that argue with Smack, left, and came back to URLs. People you thought you'll never see no more. People that F URL never back on that platform again. It's over. They'll go back. And on my mama, Verb will go back, bro. If they call them right now and say, yo, we got $20,000 for you to battle Av, go back. You think Verb or Verb was the Captain Marketable. Verb was chasing checks, bro. There's no way he not taking those. That Verb got about 6-7 kids. No way he not taking 20 grand, bro. So yes, he will go back. So do I think Eazy should go back? Absolutely. Chris Unbiased, holla at your boy.